Hello everyone, and welcome to the Reddit Railway. My name is Victor, and I'll be your driver. Today I have a collection of customer-submitted stories to share, so all aboard! Here's a story I had whilst at my local heritage railway. I had just finished sweeping the platform during our Day Out with Thomas event. The last train had come in and Thomas was taking on water when this woman runs up to me and shouts, "Where's the train?" I reply, "Hello there madam, can I help you?" "Yes, I hope so. I want to get my son on this Thomas ride now." "I'm sorry madam, the Thomas rides are over for the day." "Oh great, well we're only late since we couldn't park." "Madam, if you were late due to the parking, I'm sure we can arrange something like a refund or a change of dates." "No, you were going to get me on that train right now or you'll regret it." I was only 16, so I alerted a colleague who was much older so he could deal with her. "Fuck you, Karen. It's not OP's fault you were late. I seriously doubt parking was her problem anyway. She probably stopped at some fast food place and yelled at the staff when they didn't have all natural beef or some shit like that. I feel sorry for her kid. However, OP did say he was really nice and they let him blow Thomas's whistle. And who in this fandom wouldn't be happy about that?" Many years ago, I was the target of bullying for liking spiders, trains, and generally being myself. Some of the bullying led to people calling me foul names or making fun of me for what I am. Some people ended up throwing pencils at me. This continued for some time. A few years ago, I caught a cold and struggled into school. As I was heading over to my designated seat, a trio of my bullies began laughing at me, calling me names, so I accidentally coughed on them. Eventually, they all got sick and couldn't make it into school. I laughed at them loudly. And best of all, the teachers never blamed me for it. Biological warfare that doesn't violate the Geneva Convention. Neat. Good work, OP. Or should I say, Black Shuck Studios. Yes, I have his permission to use his name. Moreover, he's actually a friend of mine who's also a really talented musician. In addition to this story, he submitted 2 more which directly relate to his talents. I'll read those now. My second revenge was my debut performance. This was a move that would change the world for me, turning my hobby into a real job. I've always been a fan of metal music, notably System of a Down, the band that saved me alongside Metallica. I wanted to play Holy Mountains by the first band. However, I had to play Kill Rock and Roll, a slightly short song with quite a lot of energy packed into it. I sat behind the drum kit and gave a ferocious performance. The audience clapped along and the principal was astounded. Never in my life have I stolen the show. This sounds like something out of a movie. You know, the ones where the unsuspecting nerd turns out to be super talented and wins over the masses? I always love those moments. The last story by Black Shuck relates to an album he released, so let's give it a read. My third and perhaps best revenge was the album. I had so much resentment to release. I had gotten down to writing the lyrics, recording the material, and vocals. Once the album was out, I showed those people that I am in fact not dumb. I'm a metal musician. I can do great things and will not give one sod to make my point. If you can, stand up to your bullies. Do not give a shit about what they think. Hear, hear. That's the best advice you can give to victims of bullying. Take this message to heart, everyone. You'll be better off for it. In my 6th year at school, we had a bunch of newbies join our ranks. One in particular goes by the name of Dan. To put it simply, he was the bully of our year, always choosing his moments to simply annoy me and my friends or just pick on me. Somehow, a girl I cared about named Molly would become his girlfriend. To this day, I have no idea what she saw in him, because he even picked on her, either following her around making snide remarks or anything else he could think of. One time, he kept pulling on the hair of her best friend. No matter what the teachers did, nothing made him change. One day, he went too far. I was on the other side of the classroom sharpening a pencil when Dan decided to insult me and Molly. I won't repeat what he called her as it was downright revolting, but I will say he called me a toad. Oh yes, the teacher took him outside and had a few words with him, but for me, that wasn't enough justice. Later, after class had ended, he tried to apologize to me. Now, I was the sort of quiet kid of the group, but something inside me snapped. I turned around and spoke angrily to Dan, defending Molly and backing him into a corner. Eventually, he saw an opening and ran off. I gave chase for a bit, but stopped and called him a coward. A few minutes later, my best friend told me that Dan was pretty spooked. Apparently, Dan told him he had never been spoken to like that in his entire life. He remained respectfully silent for a long time afterwards and always kept his distance from me. It's safe to say he learned his lesson permanently, and just goes to show that looks can be deceiving. Indeed, and you were right to call him a coward. Bullies always are. I'm glad you stood up to him. I hope the lesson he learned stuck. Well done, OP. Anyway, we've come to the end of our journey. Thank you for traveling on the Reddit Railway, and we hope to see you again soon.